Welcome back to Living Local. If you have ever struggled to make exercise a consistent habit, accountability may be the missing factor. Today we're out here at Omni Strength QC learning more about its approach to health and fitness success. I'm joined by Chris Nonota, the owner here. Chris, thank you so much for letting us stop by.
No problem. Thanks for coming by.
So what is the history? How did Omni Strength QC get started?
So it was, well, Omni Strength was started by my buddy Mike in Albuquerque, but he's from here originally. And he just called me out of the blue a couple years ago and wanted to see what I was doing in the fitness industry. And for a year and a half, we've been operating Omni Strength QC, so running the same system here. So works out real good. So
what kind of training do you offer here?
So we do group training. I used to do personal training. Group training, we can reach a broader audience because it's not as pricey as personal training. And we got a better structure. And then the camaraderie of the group really helps out a lot with the support. So.
Chris, walk us through what a typical training session looks like.
Okay. So when you come in here, you're going to be warming up with some sort of dynamic warm-up, moving, or you're going to be with a personal trainer. It's a small group, so the people here that are used to doing all this stuff, and then new people where we're watching them a lot more, and making sure they're operating at the right level. So, and then we'll have the meat and potatoes of the workout, so whatever it is, kettlebells, dumbbells, body weight type stuff, and then we'll have some sort of cool down, which will be kind of stretching, making sure we recover correctly. So.
And when you're going through and you're formulating these workouts, what do you think the benefit is of the specific type of exercises that you're incorporating?
So a lot of people are coming to us rehabbing a lot of stuff, trying to lose weight, maybe they've never done anything before, so if they haven't been active or if they've been doing repetitive movement patterns, it just throws them out of alignment, posture goes out the window, and so what we want to specifically work on realigning that posture, strengthening the movement patterns, and making them better functioning human beings. So.
Now, are these training sessions geared toward any age or fitness level in particular?
So we can modify it to any. Our main demographic is probably about 30 to 55-year-olds, but we got younger, we got older, but that's a lot of the people seeking us out.
And you mentioned a lot of people that are coming here are looking for fat loss goals. A lot of people are on that avenue. And of course we know training is not everything when it comes to reaching those goals. Nutrition plays an incredibly huge factor. Yep. So what kind of coaching do you offer with the nutrition?
So the nutrition is just as big as the fitness. People reach out to us for that, and we don't want to leave them hanging in the nutrition portion. So we will personalize meal plans for them. There'll be exchange lists so the food stays entertaining, and we work on an eating pattern also. And then we'll get a grocery list and meal prepping hacks so they can have all their meals ready to go for the week, and they're setting themselves up for success, because a lot of this is not just handing you a diet or a nutrition plan because there's 10 steps to actually get it done, and then people never get it done.
Right.
So what we do is set it all up for them, have them knock it out of the park the first week, and those are the people that do awesome on the challenge.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and Chris, as we know, when we're trying to implement, whether it's exercise or better eating habits, accountability can be an incredibly important factor in that. Why do you think that is?
I mean, if you have no accountability, you just won't do it. And especially with all the least amount of resistance, things that are entertaining nowadays on your cell phone, everything, they're going to gravitate away from it if nothing's forcing them to do it. So we have a bunch of ways to make them do that.
All right, yeah, I'd love to hear about your guys' approach here to making accountability achievable.
For sure. So what we do is we have them jump through a bunch of hoops over the course of the 6 weeks. So they got to check in for all their workouts, they got to post their groceries, they got to do weekly weigh-ins because they're either going to have a body fat percentage goal or a weight loss goal. And then we have an accountability coach that is there to motivate, answer any questions, and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Her name's Heidi. She's awesome. She's a nurse. She's good at looking after people. And people tell me all the time, Heidi is annoying. And I'm like, good, that's what she's supposed to be. So,
right.
Yeah, and she's awesome. She keeps my head screwed on straight. So.
Wonderful. It sounds like you have a great team here.
Yeah.
What else do you think is unique about Omni Strength QC?
So the clientele, and I know a lot of gyms might say that, but we try to keep it a certain way. I don't want it to turn into like an elite athlete gym, because that tends to be intimidating for a large demographic that need to get their life in order. We're, like I said, 30 to 55 main age demographic. We're about 90% women. So there's a lot of ladies coming here losing weight that wouldn't set foot in something in a more intimidating setting or something that doesn't have the support to actually get them going. So that's kind of what makes us unique. So. Right,
and I just know myself as a female, like in the last several years, we're learning more about the effectiveness of weight training. I think, you know, in earlier generations, it just wasn't even something that women considered. And now that they're getting warmed up to it, it can be intimidating to go into a place where, you know, oh, that's just for the guys section or whatnot. So how do you make it approachable for people that are coming in? Maybe they don't have a huge background, especially with lifting weights.
Yeah, they don't, and honestly, you know, they come in, they talk to me. I mean, it all starts with an orientation, so we just figure out what they've done in the past and kind of what's stopping them from doing these things, show them our process, and then we work out a time where they can either work with me or one of my other trainers and get them used to this stuff. But really, like I said in the beginning, that whole group, that camaraderie, everybody's very supportive because from day one I've preached this needs to be a positive sanctuary. You're coming in here to hit goals. You need to be getting off work saying I got to get an Omni Strength workout, and that's how people come in here, and we don't allow the negativity in here. So
that's
awesome. It works out real good. So.
Positive vibes only here. So if someone out there is interested in the fitness and the nutrition coaching and they really want that accountability, how can they get some more information about getting plugged in here?
So I mean, you can reach us on our Facebook page, Omni Strength QC, or my cell phone is honestly a great way to reach out to me. Text message, we're in the age of text message. We can get on the phone and chat, but I might not always be available. But yeah, if you can get a hold of me on the phone, it's direct to me. So, but yeah.
Great. Chris, for you, what's the most rewarding part of leading this gym?
So I've spent about a decade and a half in the fitness industry, and I'm spending my time motivating other people, and I start to lose motivation myself because I concentrate on them. And I think the most exciting, most rewarding thing is actually when I have that lady come in who doesn't have any experience, totally scared, and then starts to build some self-confidence knowing she can control some things and losing weight and do that. And honestly, that's probably the most inspiring part right there. So, yeah.
That's awesome, Chris. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, you guys, for more information, you can find Omni Strength QC on Facebook. More Living Local rolls on right after this.